Morning, folks. Welcome back to Three's In. Bobo's here. So on Friday morning at 7:57, Rick Vale and I strapped on a T-38 and took off for a 1.2-hour training mission at Randolph Air Force Base. More than likely, we took off on runway 14 and flew over to Seguin for a simulated single-engine approach and touch and go, and then on out to the area for some basic area work, stalls and falls, the two recoveries that we would do, a nose high and nose low recovery, and then some basic aerobatics before returning back to Seguin for more than likely a no flap, a normal, and then recovering back to Randolph. Again, a 1.2 mission in length. Then at 11:58, I walked out to the jet all by myself. And after the walk around and tying down the back seat to make sure there were no flippy floppy straps going around anywhere, I climbed in that aircraft and strapped it on myself for my initial solo. What a great feeling that was. So I fired it up and taxied out. And I don't really remember a lot about that ride, except it was exciting as heck. And I look back on it now and I wonder, what in the world ever possessed you to do something like that? To take that jet that rotated about 140 miles an hour, 150 miles an hour, and fly that thing like I did. Well, there's a lot of reasons. First of all, it had been a boyhood dream of mine to fly for the United States Air Force. The second thing that possessed me to do it was there was one of my classmates 3 minutes ahead of me, and there was one 3 minutes behind me, and there was no way in hell I was going to taxi back to the Chalks. No, you don't do that. So anyway, I remember that solo. I remember it was just a beautiful sunny day at Randolph that day. Took off. I didn't go to Seguin. I just went on out to the area and flew all kinds of aerobatics, probably about one of everything they had in the book that we were allowed to do solo. We weren't allowed to do stalls and vertical or nose-low recoveries unless, of course, we found ourselves in one. But again, I logged 1.2 with 5 landings. More than likely 4 of them for touch and goes over at Seguin and a full stop back at Randolph. And that was my experience with my initial solo in the T-38. And as I sit here and tell you, I can still feel my blood beginning to churn up and boil, because strapping on that white jet was just a kick in the rear end. And it always will be for me in those memories. Sorry I don't have much more to say about it, but that was quite enough in actuality. So this is Bobo, Base Gear. Stop now solo.